All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 95 of Pozios Picks. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys my favorite plays for week 6 of college football. So without further ado, let's just get right into things. The first game on the slate, Western Michigan is going to Mississippi State. Mississippi State are 20.5-point favorites, and the total is set at 56.5 for this one. Mississippi State has been through a gauntlet in their last 3 games, playing LSU at South Carolina and Alabama, and I think they're ready to step on someone before they head into their bye week. Western hasn't been bad lately, but I think the talent gap really shows here, and as long as the Bulldogs don't give up any big plays early, I think this one can be easy. Give me Mississippi State first half minus 10.5 as my play for this one. I think they step on it early and cruise into their rest week. The next game on the slate, LSU is going to Missouri. Missouri are 5.5-point underdogs at home, and the total in this one is set at 64.5. This one could be very interesting in Columbia. One thing that we do know is that this LSU defense is in shambles. Coming into this game, giving up over 429 yards per game so far on the season. And this Mizzou team, especially at home, will absolutely be able to make some noise and potentially win this one. This line is a little bit fishy to me. Mizzou feels a little bit too easy, so I'm going to go with the over 64.5 here instead. Mizzou has a solid defense, but this LSU offense is still one of the most talented groups in the country, and with how bad the LSU defense has looked, I think both sides are able to move the ball here, and we see some fireworks. The next game on the slate, Oklahoma is facing off with Texas at the Cotton Bowl. Texas are 6.5-point favorites, and the total is set at 60.5 in this one. One of the biggest games these two teams have played in a long time, and this one has a ton of college football playoff implications, so it's going to be an all-out battle. I'm going to keep this one simple. They don't call it the Red River Shootout for no reason. Give me the over 60.5 in this one. The defenses are better than usual on both sides coming into this one, but the offenses are still by far the more talented sides of the ball for both of these teams, and this one is always bound to get a little bit out of hand at some point. Give me some points at the Cotton Bowl. The next game on the slate, Washington State is going to UCLA. UCLA are 3-point favorites in this one, and the total is set at 59. We're going to follow the classic college betting trend here and not going to overcomplicate this one. This is a great system to follow in football and basketball, and we saw it in action last week when Florida went to Kentucky, and we all know how that one turned out. Always bet on the unranked home favorite against ranked teams. It's a tale as old as time. Give me UCLA minus 3 in this one. The next game on the slate, Alabama is going to Texas A&M. Texas A&M are 1.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 46.5 for this one. I've given you 2 straight winners on Alabama because I told you these guys are locked back in, and this is still Alabama. And now I think this is the opportunity for Saban and the Tide to silence any and all doubts. A&M has been solid this year. Don't get me wrong, and they're going to have a crazy Kyle Field behind them, but I think Jalen Milroe and company go into College Station and take care of business. I think the defense continues to impress, and they play that old-school Alabama winning formula to get it done. A lot of ground and pound and rhythm for the Tide here. Give me Alabama moneyline on the road. The next game on the slate, Kentucky is going to Georgia. Georgia are 14.5-point favorites at home, and the total is set at 48 in this one. This line stinks. There's no other way to put it. Kentucky is 5-0. They've looked great. Georgia has been struggling, and Georgia are still 14.5-point favorites, even with this game in Athens. On paper, this makes no sense. Vegas is begging people to take Kentucky, with a lot of money on the Cats, but the line going towards the Dogs. Give me Georgia minus 14 in this one. This is another example this week of betting the line and not betting the teams. Georgia's absolutely good enough to cover this spread, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if they make a big-time statement in this one. The next game on the slate, Notre Dame is going to Louisville. Louisville are 6.5-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 53.5 in this one. Louisville comes into this one 5-0, and they have looked great so far, But the big problem I see in this one is the fact that they haven't really played anybody yet, while Notre Dame is one of the most battle-tested teams in the country. This Irish defense is for real, and if the Irish score early, as this game goes on, I think Louisville's going to struggle to get back into it. Get stops with the defense and let Hartman and Estime control the pace on offense. Irish -6.5 on the road is my play in this one. The next game on the slate, Michigan is going to Minnesota. Minnesota are 19-point underdogs at home, and the total is set at 46 in this one. Finally got a winner on the Wolverines last week, and an easy one at that. And this week, it's going to be pretty much the exact same philosophy for me. I don't think Minnesota scores much, if at all, and I think Michigan is really ready to kick it into high gear on offense and earn themselves possibly the first #1 ranking since the 90s for Michigan. The style of play travels. Give me Michigan minus the 19 in Minneapolis. The last game I'm going to go over, Arizona is going to USC. USC are 21.5-point favorites, and the total is set at 72 in this one. Keeping it simple for my last play of the slate, nobody can stop USC, but USC can't stop anyone either. This total is ridiculously high for a reason, and like the Colorado game last week, we just have to bet it. A talented quarterback, Jaden DeLora, for the Cats will absolutely be able to move the ball, and hopefully we see things go back and forth late night in LA. Give me the over 72 at the Coliseum. That is going to do it for this episode of Pozios Picks. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. But before we get out of here, be sure to follow us over on Pickett at Pozios Picks. You will see all of our plays there synced automatically. We always add plays when the weekend comes on, so be sure to check us out over there if you don't want to miss anything. Also, be sure to check us out over on SoBet. SoBet is a great place for premium betting content, so if you want some premium betting content and our exclusive plays, be sure to sign up over there. Use our code Pozios. We would really appreciate it. And also, lastly, check out the new merch that we dropped for the fall, for the cold weather coming. It is perfect. Long sleeves and some other accessories. You guys will really like it. Thank you guys again. Good luck to everyone on all your bets this week, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.